Before we get started, here's a little note saying that this will be a spoiler type video if you have never played Love Live All-Stars. I know to most of you who already play the game out there, this will not be a spoiler to you, but I don't want to get yelled at if I don't put a disclaimer in the video, so this is just for continuity purposes. Hey guys, Cher here, and today, or yesterday rather, is the day. The time has finally come for one of your favorite Nijigasaki rivals to finally get her own solo. Last month in November, I discussed and basically gave my impressions on Longshu's solo song that premiered on Love Live All-Stars, and I kind of gave a little error saying that this was a playable song, but in reality, Longshu's song, just like the song I'm going to talk about today, is not playable at the moment. So no, it's not sometime soon that we're gonna get any of the Love Live rival characters as playable characters, and God only knows we are not going to get Saint Snow songs anytime soon, or Arise songs anytime soon for that matter. So as of today's video, or today's date that this uploads to YouTube, no, neither of the rival songs that we are experiencing in the Japanese version of the game are playable as of right now. I'm gonna see how long this video gets outdated. So anyway, to today's topic. So at this point, everyone who's probably watching this by now knows who the character of Mia Taylor, one of the two new rivals that Nijigasaki has to face. But in the latest chapter, or at least the preview of it, that Lantist, the Love Live franchise company, released, Mia, the rival character, is finally getting her own arc. Because in the previous chapters, it was Longshu that kind of got her time in the spotlight. But now we're finally getting Mia's, and knowing the facts that I know about her, or I learned about her over time that this arc came about, I am slightly disturbed. So based on her profile, Mia is an American character, so this is the first full-blood American character of Love Live as far as I know. So no, she's not another Mari, because Mari is half Japanese, half American. So Mia is actually full-blood from America. She knows how to speak perfect English, and her Seiyu knows how to speak perfect Japanese, so it's not going to be a Mari type situation. She's also 14 years old, and as far as her education level goes, she made it as far as making it into American University at the age of 14. Yet for some reason she gets dragged to Nijigasaki, which is a high school, and she's considered a third year there? I mean, considering her age, I guess they just let her do it for the sake of doing it, even though she's basically a college student. Being 14, I would think that she still might have some social awkwardness like a first year, which from what I've seen she does. But for some reason, Love Live decided that for her character, that they should give her the ability to swear.
Good night, everybody.
I was in middle school once, and by the time I got to my first day of 6th grade, 11-year-olds started cursing their butts off. So it is not strange to hear teenagers swearing, because as teenagers, you think you're an adult now, nothing can touch you because you're getting older and everything like that. It's a common thing. But Love Live, at least the games themselves, they're the type of games that even like elementary school kids play. So I don't know how or why they got the idea that they think a teenager swearing in a game that they advertise for children is funny. Now, I've seen a lot of Japanese media, and there are a lot of times where people have posted memes on the internet where they took a character or they took a scene from a children's show, but it shows the Japanese actors wearing clothes that have American swear words on them, and it's like, oh, they don't know what it means. It's not like they're gonna say them out in public. That also still disturbs me too, because children, even of English-speaking descent, also looks things up on the internet. The internet is not exactly closed off to everyone. I mean, certain things are, but not everything, so I don't know how, but it might happen. So, an impressionable child who speaks English will probably come across one of those memes at one point, and they will question what those words mean, even if they heard them before or they never heard them before. In my personal opinion, I don't think making an English-speaking character, especially as young as 14 years old, swear for the sake of comedy or character development is actually funny, especially if you're advertising this game to 4-year-olds plus. I mean, to be honest, with the rhythm dynamic that this game has, I don't know why 4-year-olds would play this. I don't think they would understand the concept of tapping the buttons. I don't think they would exactly understand the tapping of the buttons mechanic of the game anyway, because that is kind of a more of a thinking and sightseeing thing. I mean, I played video games ever since I was 8 years old, and there were some mechanics that I didn't get at the time, but as I played it more, I started to get the rhythm of it. There are some things that children that young could finally understand, but I'm not sure if this game is that. But regardless of that, I don't think cursing characters is that funny. At least for the anime, they did say, oh, this is advertised towards teenagers. And I've seen the anime, and there are moments that the characters do say things like crap or hell or something like that. But that's like the bare minimum of the swearing list. I'm not going to say it here on camera because I don't want to, but there is a word that Mia uses that's apparently her catchphrase now, and I really do not appreciate it, especially if the game does advertise this for children. And I don't care if it's a misadvertisement or if that's the rating that they chose for the game, but for as young as Mia is, I don't think it makes me comfortable at all. It's kind of like reading a book meant for middle schoolers, and they decided to show a sex scene. It's that same level of awkwardness.
Shit.
But anyway, I'm done ranting about my thing. Let's get down to the real business, and that's the new song that Love Live's presenting from the game itself, and it's Mia's solo at last, and I cannot wait to get into it. So from my understanding, the song is called I'm Still, and it kind of has the ... I don't know if the ellipses is officially the part of the title, maybe it is, but this tells me that this song is going to be a little bit more emotional than everything else, which Love Live has done emotional songs before. So this is not a new concept. But it's an interesting concept coming from a rival song, because with rival songs, we rarely get that sense of emotion. I mean, Believe Again by Saint Snow is probably one of the most prime examples of it, even though it is more of a dance rock type feel. So I'm really curious how this is gonna go. Ooh, I like the violins. But this reminds me a lot of 2000's hip-hop pop. Okay, she's giving me like Hilary Duff type vibes, and I'm nostalging back to 2003. Okay, I forgot to mention this, but someone spoiled in the comments of this video that almost the entirety of the song is in English. I think this is the first time that Love Live has ever written a song in full English purposely. And for Mia, it makes sense because she's American. Okay, there's the Japanese. Like I said, it's not entirely in English, but most of it is. Okay. Again, I think Mia's voice is my favorite voice ever right now because this is... like, this girl can flat out sing. We need to get this song playable right now. I know it's not, but this song needs to be playable right this minute. Out of all the songs that I've made impressions of or mini reviews or reactions of on my channel, I think that was one of the most gorgeous songs I ever listened to. And again, the most nostalgic of American pop ever since I was a kid. So I don't know how many of you remember Mari's solo song, New Winding Road, but I said I think I did a list of my favorite Aqua's solos a while back ago. And I put New Winding Road pretty high on the list because it reminded me of like old style Miley Cyrus or something like that, and just how it was done and how it reflected on Mari's character, even though Mari is like obsessed with like screamo punk rock or something like that. I thought it was perfect for her. As I stated as I was listening, this song reminds me of stuff that Hilary Duff, Jessica Simpson, and all those kinds of pop stars from the early 2000s would have done. It's like I flashed back in time to my early Disney Channel days. Mia Taylor could have been there and I didn't know about it. I love it when J-pop does something nostalgic like this. Because I ain't gonna lie, like, music for the 2000s was actually pretty banging. And that was banging, and it was sentimental. And it pulls, like, a new side from a rival character that you think you would never see in your entire life, especially in a series like Love Live. I think when I finally get to this chapter, when it finally releases in the US version of the game, I think I'm gonna start crying. Because, already I think I can tell what type of a character Mia is just by listening to that. And I barely know anything about the girl. So, I hope all of you are really happy that this song came out like I am. I think we all knew that Mia was gonna have a song come out in the game eventually, because why else would she be in the game if she's not gonna have, like, any idol relevance? But now we know she does. And I think this song is like top tier, 10 out of 10. And I cannot wait until the full version comes out. If a full version ever comes out, I mean, I'm still looking for a full version of Queendom, so maybe the two would come out at the same time. I don't know. Queendom hasn't come out yet, and that was last month. So maybe in 2021, maybe something. Because at least they released full versions of Love You, My Friends, and the third solo album that Nijigasaki released, so there better be something. Lantis, this is a note for you. I want those solo albums for the rivals to come out now. You did it for Saint Snow, how come you can't do it for this? Anyways, that's it for this video today. If you guys liked it, please hit the like button down below. And if you guys have any comments about this song or anything that I've said, and I know you do, please hit me up in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the sub button and make sure you hit the notification bell. I'm Cait, Cher, and it's been real. Ciao!